Fuck that TV.
Bigo Bigo.
It's my party and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Nobody knows where my Johnny has gone, but Judy left the same time. Why was
Moment. I will be honest in this moment. I did hear a couple of judges kind of make a couple of little snarls at him, and I think he caught it and it pissed him off. I'll be honest, I hadn't heard anybody admit to it or even mention it or bring it up, but I did hear at least one judge say, you know, they were joking probably, but they were like, I think because of something, the way she judged, maybe she thought he would be upset with her. And this was kind of earlier on in, you know, maybe like his first, you know. So I just say, you know, maybe it caught him, it just hit him wrong. But we all human. You know, hey, I have stormed off his show. You know what I'm saying? It happened. So I ain't even mad at him.
That is fair. But I enjoy doing that with you. Are you going to be a judge from that going forward, or is that a constant thing we're going to see on? Great. I love doing that with you, and I think the chemistry of the judges is real good. And so thank you again for doing this interview. Your admin has been adminning. You do what you do. And if you don't want to answer a question, just don't answer it. But this is about you. And so I had the privilege of really being introduced to you while I was in prison, in a sense. Now, I do know you were on the app when I was on the app before, but not in the capacity you are now, obviously. And so the first question that I have for you, lady, is this. When I was in prison, for my birthday, you sent me $50. One of my girls said, Tommy Cajun sent you $50. I'm like, who? Because I didn't know. I was like, who? And then so I did rent a phone and look and say, okay, I do know of her, but I don't know her because I never sat on the panel with her for real. And so I was like, why the hell she sent me $50? Now, at the time, my girls was like, baby, it's all a plot, a plan, a scheme, or whatever. So watch out. This is my girls telling me. And I had to listen to my girls because my girls is my girls. What was the reason you didn't sit like Brandon said with me, Am said with me, all these people said with me? What was the reason that you said, hey, Shake, I need to send you $50 on your birthday? I appreciate it though, girl. I bought some honey buns and some lubricants and whatnot, so I did appreciate it. What was your reasoning behind that? Not knowing me.
It was actually something that Keith had started really before he left. Where he might go live here and there and say, hey, we got to send Shaky something. And everybody, literally, who could, we would. So once Keith left, I just felt like it's many of his doings that I already had participated in. I'm just that type of person. Like, if we could keep it going, let's keep it going. I knew you were special to him. Through that, you became special to me. You know, call it weird, call it whatever you want. I'm just that way. So I just felt like keep up some of his stuff. He got a few people that I knew he fucked with the long way. Some of them are trolls. You know, they don't go live. But wherever I could keep it going, I did.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I definitely thank you for doing that when it comes to somebody who was special to me. But I view him as a brother. That was my big old husband. We got officially married. And so everybody knows that. All right. I don't want to turn this into a thing about Pete, but that's how a lot of people got introduced to you.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
for right now, for a brief moment, can we just get that out of the way before I get into anything else? This is your interview and it's going to be about you, but I do want to ask a few questions about Pete.
I'm open.
All right.
Absolutely.
So when P's accident happened, it's something on the fence. And a lot of these questions you may have answered already, but I don't know them because I wasn't here. I wasn't here for that. And I thank you for catching me up if you do. Were you and him at odds? I know you were an administrator in his family, but were you and him at odds at the exact time of the accident?
Absolutely not. We were good. I think a lot of people are trying to reference where he thought I was agreeing with Dre Baby, and it was an incident that happened like several weeks before his accident, before he left the app. And even in that moment, you know, I could provide a picture. He apologized. He apologized in front of thousands of people. I can't imagine how many people were in that live. I could send you the picture as well. Let me send it to you.
Okay. Good. Let me get my drink while she doing that. Hold up. I ain't got no pants on. I ain't got no pants on. I put my cup over here when I move my chair. So while she's doing that, I'm gonna get the go ahead and get my drink.
So
Okay.
I just sent it to your phone. That particular day was the day where he thought, like, are you agreeing with Dre, baby? We had this little dialogue, which all that time there had been people like in his ear trying to get us to, you know, trying to press that button in him to get him to, you know, go off on me. And even that day, if you y'all go back and watch the video, I had been telling Carrie, like, look, I think these people trying to get me into it with him. And you could hear me even on the panel that day saying, let's go. All right, we here now. Let's do it, you know, because I knew they was trying to do that. But of course, once he replayed it in front of thousands of people, he could see I was agreeing with him. It wasn't, but it was how I was saying it. You know, I may speak a little differently, but he could see I was agreeing with him. And he really did. He apologized in front of literally thousands of people.
A lot of people don't realize P was the type of person that would curse you out today and then call you tomorrow and be like, what you doing? I mean, that's how he was with me. There's videos of me and him going completely at it. But then in the next minute, I'm hosting this 3 million B party. So I mean, this is the kind of that's P by so you became instrumental in what became his aftercare after the accident. And this was the cause of a lot of turmoil for you when it came down to you dealing with people and the church and everything else. So do you think that did you ever feel pressure in this moment to protect his image in adverse to his reality? Or what was your mission in stepping up to kind of be the voice of reason between the people that loved him on the app and his reality?
Before we go there, I'd like to take us back a little bit while he was on the app. The way he recognized my stance and my position on the app, it was solidified before his accident. And I think that's important to attest to even why I felt, not that it was my feeling, but I just did why I did what his mom asked me to do. But let me start you with this. This is Keith's own words himself. You know, I don't like to put words in people's mouth, but give me about 5 minutes. No, probably not even a whole 5 minutes. Can you hear it? Or wait, let me put it on speaker. Speaker would be much better. That way the audio would be better. There we go. So we'll use Keith's own words. That way they can't say I'm lying. I like to debunk lies.
Oh, shit. You got beat that over. Amen. Period. Let me make sure I follow you. Love you. Tommy been stretching the nigga out, ain't she? Oh God, Tommy been doing E-squad hours. I hired an investigator. I said, is this bitch working with Ebony or something? Y'all see all the hours she was doing?
Putting
I'd
in
be
that
like,
work.
I'm wait till Tommy get done. It'd be 6,000. You look up, it'd be 5,500. Like, okay, it's dwindling. Now it's 52. I'm like, okay. That bitch get to 5. You look back up, that bitch on 6.6. Charlie in the box. This motherfucker in the box. I don't even never see this motherfucker in the box. I'm like, God damn, let me go sit in the box. Now I gotta get on my brand and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't let no weirdos up here with me. I want no weirdos get me admin. If I gotta come kick, he clout chasing for sure, bitch. Fuck you thought I was doing? 6,000 in here. I ain't finna be like Eb over there with 9. Eb and low. Ooh, I seen that bitch over there with 700 today.
I'll stop it there. This was 3 years ago, is what the information on it says. So he was very much aware of my position and the hard work that I had put in, and I had earned that shit. So when they be talking that other shit, like it started after he left, the king himself said what he said.
Wonderful. So you and Keith had a good relationship, and that's great, and you've proven it. My next question is, was there a issue between you and his daughter?
So at first she had come to the app after he had his accident. And I had already heard a buzz that there was something going on with her and the grandmother. I had already been working with Miss Regina at her request. And so the daughter, you could tell she wanted to speak with me about her and Miss Regina and things that they had gone through. And I didn't want to be a part of that. So what I said to her, as I said to any other family member that wanted to speak with me outside of Miss Regina, was absolutely not. I don't need to know both sides of the story. I'm not here for that. But what if you needed anything financial, I could help with that.
So there is okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There did become a problem when the adult daughter and I believe one of his younger daughters both came on the app and proceeded to be very disrespectful towards me. I'm grown, I'm old school, just as well as Keith. And I don't think my daughter could have came to this app and spoke to Keith how his daughter spoke to me, and he not checked that shit. So I check that shit. I don't play that with my own kids, and I definitely don't play it with nobody else.
How do you think that in retrospect, so you did have words with his daughter.
I did.
In retrospect, how do you she said some stuff disrespectful to you, you responded in kind.
Yeah.
In retrospect, how do you think that visual look, that image look, that visceral image looks? So because one of the things, obviously people talk. One of the things that I never saw what the daughter said to you. I saw what you said to the daughter. And so the visual is what you're doing. How do you think do you think that's a fair assumption? Because you didn't hold back. You told her what you thought.
Yeah.
And
yes.
It was,
yeah, I did. And I would do it again. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I have an adult daughter who gets harassed by some of your top broadcasters on this app. She has yet to come on here and disrespect anybody. So because I'm here, as your grandmother asked, I ain't in y'all business, and you can't put me there by disrespecting me. So when as I teach my own child, you step up like a grown up, you grown. So, but you ain't as grown as me. And again, we on Bigo. The people of Bigo, some of these people in the comments were really encouraging them young ladies to be disrespectful towards me, knowing the position I hold and the stance I take. Okay, I do with my own daughter. So I'm not going to be allowing anybody's daughter to call me bitches, hoes. They going to fight me, shit like that. Okay, I ain't going for that. And can't nobody make me go for that. Not even Keith. And even, like I said, if it was my own child, if she thought she was going to come to this app and disrespect Keith, we all know him. He ain't going for no shit like that. So, me either.
You mentioned that you have your own daughter with some issues.
Yes.
For the critics of you on how you handle the situation with Keith and the Jones family all together, including Miss Regina, including the daughter, including the brother, including the whole family. People are critical of the fact that you're invested heavily into that family dynamic and wonder how much attention that takes away from your own family dynamic, like the situations with your daughter.
Well, I multitask well. My daughter is almost 30 years old. So I don't miss a beat. I'm at practice Monday through Thursday. I got two small ones too. I got an 11-year-old grandson and a 13-year-old son myself. So I multitask very well. Look, me helping Miss Regina in any way I could, again, was not at my request. His mother felt, she knew that there was something going on. She obviously needed guidance as to what they was trying to do to her on this app. She handpicked me just as Keith did. And I thought that to be amazing because Keith was not in a situation where he could tell his mother, like, that's my girl, that's my home girl right there. So for her to pick me, just like he did, was it was remarkable, you know, and I felt I'm right where I need to be.
Is there anything that you want to say to the naysayers about how do you have any regrets on how you handle, and this is really the last of my Pete questions, how you handle the situation with Pete and how everybody reacted to it, and a lot of the things that it brought you. Do you have, what is your thing to say to everybody that's listening right now? Everybody love Pete, everybody hate you for the role that you're playing. Say something to them, talk to them real quick about what it is that you think about this whole Pete situation. Like, do you have any regret to this? Like, do you regret stepping up?
No regrets at all. Had I not stepped up and see, I had to realize what they're asking me. They're literally asking me to step back and allow Bigo to run amok. Like, I just asked them to ask themselves, like, it's you know, does that make sense to you? Why would I step back and knowing you on live calling Adult Protective Services on his mother? You don't know what's going on in her house. Y'all were doing that before she ever came out here and opened her mouth and said anything. The proof is over there on Bigo Clerk. Before that lady ever came out and said anything, they were doxing her. They were putting all her personal information and shit out. I did what that lady asked me to do, and I'll do it again and again and again and again, and I don't give a fuck. And you know, my mother is really no nonsense, okay? She is the type to be like, girl, get away from them folks. This bad news. The very first time me and Miss Regina talked on the phone, my mother happened to be at my house, and my mother gave it the blessing, straight up. Like, do not leave that lady's side. And I didn't. So I have no regrets.
Yes or no questions real quick. Did you steal the church's money? That's a question somebody said.
Absolutely not. And I got $1,000. I still got that same $1,000 for anybody that could come up with proof. I know y'all want to make that money. I'm sure Shaky will let you up here right now.
I sure would. I just want to cut up $1,000. All right.
Right? Hell, I'll even give you $500 up.
Oh shit!
I'll give them $1,000. I'll give you $500 just for letting them up. That's $1,500 right now off the cuff to come up here with just one piece of proof that I stole money. I wait.
Anybody want to make that money and make us that money?
I know y'all want to make this money. Come on, Shaky here, y'all. Fresh out. Come on, make this money for Super.
Okay.
For Shaky. Because if not Shaky, then it's really like just some hating shit.
Right. Tea without receipts is not really tea. It's water whip. That's what it is. It's color water for her. Yeah. And so we need to see some receipts about that. Did you go in trying to steal the church's members, the church's anything? What you did this for? What was there any kind of personal gain from you doing this?
Absolutely not. So what the church stupidly did, for one, I kept giving them warning, like, hey, we trying to keep it up. We were trying to keep up the momentum that Keith had built. Okay. It was myself. It was KOB. Well, KOB wasn't even going live no more, but it was myself, and a few more people. My homeboy, Llama. Llama was in the church. We were trying to do things that was going to keep us on top. Keith gone. We really didn't know what was going to be going on. So my go-to, I'm a hustler. I've worked the blocks before, baby. I done had you packed before. You understand? I'm the safe house. So
Okay.
I'm going to keep the safe house safe. I'm the thinker. So, hey, my best go-to was, look, let's pull each other up. Let's pull up the smaller hosts. This is the only way to keep us on top where Keith had it. The only way. And we did it for like a couple of months, but the people who weren't doing shit just kept being around here complaining and talking shit. And I'm like this. I could argue in the streets all day. I ain't arguing at home. So we supposed to be out here getting along. You ain't gotta like me, but if you ain't gonna respect my efforts, go sit down because you're not doing nothing. So I end up leaving the church.
Okay.
Of course, everybody else follows suit after that. Now, what does that mean for the church? So these idiots thought, and I'm calling them idiots, they thought that kicking the people out the church, removing the badges of the people because they were sitting in my live, they thought that was smart. So quite naturally, where do you thought they were going? See, we're not here to bubble guppy. Y'all some bubble guppy weirdos. Where did you think they were going? You removed their badges and then want to play stupid. She stole everybody. Well, if you say I did, okay. Now what?
Okay. Fair question. Thank you for that. Let's go back into you. I want to ask you this, sister. Going from a host that kind of like in the middle.
Let me say this. Summer Rain, you're going to keep it up until I kick you out. I already been getting messages from my people that they've been kicked out. So you really trailing on thin ice, Summer Rain. You really is a hater. And I'm trying to really pay you. But my people ain't finna keep steady telling me they got kicked out and you in here steady bumping your weird ass gums. You about to get kicked, bitch.
Okay, so y'all be careful. I will be careful. She does have the ability to kick, and her people do too. So I mean, that's just how I run my interviews because it's more sit down, it's more just chill out. So I just y'all know that. Keep it cute. If you want to be in, I suggest y'all want to see the interview. Y'all.
You hate my guts, but you ain't gonna. Oh, that's somebody telling them they hate her. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
She ain't gonna do shit.
So check this out. Going from a host kind of like in the middle to being the biggest on the app. How does that? How are you handling that mentally? How did that adjustment go for you? Because at first nobody really too much care, but not everybody gonna be in your business. You take your shit, you wipe your ass from the front to the back or the back to the front. It becomes an issue. How do you handle that?
Well, I'm actually, pretty used to it now. It literally has been 4 years that everybody been talking about me every day. Even before Keith left the app, everybody, the biggest ones, the ones who cookies I took, been talking about me every day. So I'm used to it. Ain't nothing they could do about it.
Right. Okay.
I ain't going nowhere. Can't change me.
Did you ever imagine yourself being this visible on Bigo? Or were you, because you were more like behind the scenes, operating and stuff, like you said, a thinker. Did you ever imagine yourself being this visible?
You know what? I always knew that if I just showed what really be going on in my life, I did. I felt that I could be a front runner. I knew I got some little comedy in me. I know I could be the old me and be thugged out. That's a trip. Just some of the things, I've been through, my daughter, the stuff, I knew it was interesting at the time. Carrie, our dynamic. And I knew, had I just been honest, when I first started going live, I used to kind of be cookie cutter and only want to show my business side of me. And, I did come to Bigo with the business, a thriving business at that. So I used to show that part of me, but not the exciting side that really people can relate to more than the other stuff.
So are you the same off camera as on camera? So the Tommy K when the camera's off, is that the same Tommy K we see when the camera's on? Because when the camera's on, you a persona in a sense. I've said on your live, I'll come on my Fufu page because I want to make sure I'm seeing. I don't want to see they obviously come in my live and talk about stuff, and I want to be what the fuck y'all talk about. And so that Tommy K is a persona. Is that who you are when the camera's off, or what?
My real life people know me as a shit talker. I'm known anywhere I'm known in Chicago. They know. They don't call me Tommy, of course. They know me by my real name, but I'm known. I know a lot of people. I've always been very popular, and I am the shit talker. I'm not the troublemaker, but the people do enjoy the little shit talking with a little comedy. That's always been me.
So being number one on a lot of things, people, it puts you at odds with some people. Let's talk about some of the people that sometimes it puts you at odds. We knew you and Trina B were actually one time you were definitely part of his space. What started that, and why is that such a issue right now? The situation with you and Trina B.
You know, and it's unfortunate, but I do have to bring up Keith. Me and Trina were Judy's. I thought, you know, in my heart, and I think that's why really God, if God gonna bless me in your face because he know what you were saying about me behind my back was a person or people, it would be me and Trina. I always say that, and I use that analogy with that because I was so good to Trina. I am loyal. I'm good. And I think Trina was upset when me and Keith got cool because he knew I'm a good motherfucker. You know, I have loaned him thousands of dollars. I have been there for him as a friend. You know, when Trina didn't have nobody, I was there. He'd be hollering, now, sister this and sister that. But where was sister? You know, I could throw one bean on Trina Page right now, and I'm probably still in the top 3 on his gifting contribution list. So.
Is there any path for you and Trina B? I know he was saying he has some legal stuff against you. Is there any path for y'all to ever be cordial again?
I don't think so. I think we tried to be cordial. He tried to join. Trina is somebody who think they slick. Now, we were cordial. He had joined Gossip Girls. It was all good long as he was on Gossip Girls. And as soon as it started being where he wasn't on there, he started making comments to his comments like, well, she think we cool, but I'm just waiting on the right opportunity. And I'm like, well, let me give you that opportunity. Because Trina, not fooling nobody. Like, I don't have to be cool with you. You right. Do nothing for, you know, not that I even pick people who could do something for me, but he's a user. So he'll never get he don't deserve a friend like me.
Okay. KOB. There are assertions that y'all have issues and that you more or less didn't want the smoke with KOB. What is your take on that?
So KLB is another one who's a user. I have helped him out of some of the worst situations. He's borrowed thousands and thousands of dollars from me. And I'm just tired of feeding these hoes. I'm tired and I'm done feeding them. KLB is somebody who need me. He created this whole I'm holding him back. Same thing. Hatred out of nowhere. Okay. He came back saying he was on drugs. And I think he needed something to help him deflect from that. And what better way to do that? Argue with Tommy Yonsei. So his he did that. And he stuck there. You know, he's another one. He was trying to turn Miss Regina against me. Had came in my live in front of 4,000 people. Demand, you know, and call my cell phone instead of getting in the box, demanded to be unmuted, and then pretended to Miss Regina as though I had unmuted him without his permission. So I had no other choice but to look at that as he is a op.
Okay. So there's no path to reconciliation for y'all at all.
Fuck him.
Okay.
Fuck him forever.
He's
a kid.
Okay.
And I'm sure he borrowed some of that money to get high with.
Okay. So. Did he pay you back? Is that did he?
Some of it he did. Some of it he did. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't. I mean, he might not pay you back right now, sister,
Yeah,
because
he hadn't paid it back even before the fallout.
okay.
There was even a time where I paid for his trips to go to Puerto Rico with us, because he was threatening to commit suicide. I said, hey, brother, let me pay for you to come on and get some relaxation, and take your mind off things. And so, again, he's somebody who I was very nice to, very loyal to, and ain't no coming back after certain shit with me.
Low. Let's talk about you and Low. The love, hate, / friend / frenemy. What's up with that? Y'all
That's
kind of.
another one.
Oh wow.
That's another one. User. See, again, I'm a giver. So I have to surround myself with people who are givers as well. Otherwise, a take and using bitch, they see me coming and they love me. That bitch Low, see, I'm the type, it's your birthday. Let me send you $100. It's your birthday. Okay. So Low got mad at me. I'm the one who got Low out of all the stuff Low do on Bigo. Long as she been on Bigo, it took me to come on and get her into the Bigo events. She wouldn't have made it to a Bigo event until I would have gotten her there.
Right.
I brought her as one of my plus one and introduced her to Bigo on that end of things.
Right.
She's a user.
So is there a path? Now y'all did work together recently. What is there a path to y'all reconciliation?
Lo is not somebody who I would say we real life friends. She's not to be trusted. I rented a Maserati at the event I brought her to in LA, had her as my plus one. Rented a Maserati, because this is how I like to ride. And this hoe was literally in the back seat dumping ashes. We in there, patchy, pup pads. I'm having to catch this hoe out the corner side profile.
God.
So that's trash. That's something I ain't taking her into real life. You see what I'm saying? In real life, we be in my Cadillac somewhere, bitch, chilling, and she a hater. So she'll be back there burning my damn seats up.
Yeah. And the Mazdas, you can't play with them, boy. You cannot play. They check them. They inspect them.
And it's a rental.
Yes, they inspect them motherfuckers head to toe. They're looking for any scratch. Okay. Let's talk. I want to talk about somebody. So this is something I was interested to find out. Pumpkin. I didn't know you and Pumpkin had a were cool. What happened there?
When I first joined Bigo, she from Chicago. I'm Chicago. I thought Pumpkin was a different type of person. I supported her greatly. Again, you gonna always catch me having my own and being supportive. You're never gonna catch me using people. That's not my MO. So I greatly supported her while I was in her family. And I think she was mad because, I'm a social butterfly. I'm gonna mingle. I'm not gonna be really in many rooms where somebody not gonna be like, who is that? Who, and it's gonna be somebody good who gonna want to know who is her. Okay. And I carry myself like that. I bring that. Okay. So when I joined Bigo, of course, I hang with the guys. I hang with the money men. So yeah, I'm trying to hang with Aunt Keith and them and shit. And she didn't like that. She was upset. Okay. I'm like, well, girl, what the fuck?
But you and her don't have like a beef or anything. You and her could be cool again. I want to say this about the family members. My family know. So for further cooking, if you could not kick my family, you could mute them. But please don't kick them. That's one. Number two, my family know that we are unbiased over here. In these shaking interviews, the guests will always have them and one of their people that have admin. So my people, we're neutral. Sip Nation, we do not have a dog in no fight. This is very Oprah-like. So my family shouldn't be saying nothing crazy anyway.
They kick Summer Rain.
But, they kick Summer Rain. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about Summer Rain. What is it? What's the issue with you and her? Obviously,
another one hater. She's somebody who I absolutely I don't know her. I just see her around Bigo, and she's a hater. There is a hate. I call them a hate gang They really, literally treat me like I'm a secondhand citizen, as if I'll lay down and conform to that. And they really have zero impact. People treat me very, very well on this app. So to see the idiots really like, you didn't go off on her. You know, they really be chin checking each other like, you didn't go off on her. You seen her and you didn't say nothing. And I'm like, damn, you look like the straight peon. Because how somebody chin checking you, you grown, I'm grown, like go off on me. Like, what, you getting chin checked? Cause you know, so they just kick Bafani. What Bafani do? That's one of my admin.
Who kicked Bafani?
What's she doing?
So my admin.
They kicking why?
My admin should not be doing anything. They should be chilling.
They
I would take
kicking
that.
all of the Tomcat.
Who? Not my admin would never do that. My admin would not do that. First of all, they would not do that. My admin know better. Hold on. 1 second. We're not finna do that. We're not finna have that in here. How do I do this? Administrators. Who are they saying kicking people?
Go on reset and let's start over, y'all. Let's just reset. You know.
So now listen. Hold on. How do I do it? You can help me out, sister, because I don't know how I do that. So what I do, I assign now or something?
Oh, this is what you do. Okay, so you click up here on your name and do keep my live if you haven't done it already.
Okay. Yep. Okay, I got it now. Keep my
live. Then you see how the X turned into an arrow now. Hit that arrow. Hit that arrow and come right. So we're resetting, y'all. Let's just reset and not kick each other. Come on. We'll reset.
People, let Tommy K speak her mind. Bitch, if y'all don't like it, just leave.
Now
we just admins.
It's okay. It's okay. We ain't doing that, y'all. Come on. We here with Oprah.
So listen. All right. My admin ain't gonna kick nobody. I know that. They're not. I just locked the room. I locked it. Oh, it's not. I didn't. I thought I did. My bad. So my admin know that we are unbiased. We don't do that. We just sit down and chill when we have guests. We got guests in our house, y'all. And I always give my guests I always do that. Everybody, they have it. Now, so be mindful of that. I only ask that they don't kick my family, mute them, but my family ain't gonna say nothing. I know that they don't just gonna sit down and just get tea. We sip tea. We don't be part, we sip it and keep it going. Oh, it wasn't my admin. Okay, y'all make sure y'all. So I know my admin wouldn't do that. That's not my admin don't forget, they chill. I don't got but 2 or 3 admin anyway. And so we chill and my admin are listening to the interview. And so let's keep it that way. We're having a great interview. We're having a good talk. And we find it out because I'm finding out things. Last thing we told I was pumping, you said you and Punk would be cool. You and Robert were cool. What happened with y'all? Well, I can't hear. Oh no. Oh God. Girl. Oh, I got you on mute. That's on me.
Can you hear me now?
I don't know how to work this shit, girl. I don't know how to work this shit, girl. And I've been drinking little crown water.
That little crown.
Little crown, girl.
Robert got mad because I was in the powerhouse and me and Keith was cool, and at that time, this was like 2022, beginning of 2023. And, the church was like really there for me, like helping me, showing me love. So I felt like, why am I not at least in his family? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like that's where I should be. All my support wasn't coming from the church, but I just felt like some of the credit should be going. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has, to me, a popular host in their family. I feel like, especially at that time, you might catch, and I just felt like Keith needed that too. So I texted him, he agreed. I went, I had a big PK coming up. So we took it from Powerhouse and I ended up signing up for it for the church. Me and Robert were business partners at the time. And I think Robert underestimated me. And he did not come to my PK, trying to, I feel, humiliate me. He didn't want the church to get those points. You get what I'm saying? Because at that time, Keith wasn't even hosting. So why wouldn't he have a top broadcaster in his family? You get what I'm saying? Anyway, Robert didn't show up. And I spoke my mind. That was fucked up. I'm a good business partner. I keep it on me. You ain't got to worry. You don't have to wait. You don't have to think, oh, well, I don't do this on time. Hell, Tommy can come throw on me. We ain't even gotta wait. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I'm putting myself out there, because this is Robert, the bitch with the Birkin bag. So I'm thinking, and I'm like pouring everything into him. If I got 50 dragons, hey, Robert, and you do me like this, and he didn't show up. He came as soon as the PK ended. So, but that's why we fell out.
Dre Baby. Are y'all really, you and Dre Baby, is that real? Because we know you talked to him across the road, around the corner on the other app. But are y'all are straight, or what y'all got?
Me and Dre straight. We both Aquarius, so we might cuss each other out, today and not talk for a week and then be okay. You know what I'm saying? But we fine. We okay.
Ari the Don is one of your favorite, as we know. Someone asked, does she have something on you or something? Because they don't understand. They're questioning the dynamic of y'all relationship.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? Yeah. Why are they questioning? I mean, for years, and she's another one too, who her and Keith was like this. So it just always been that with me and her before Keith left. And it just continued after he left. It just always is there. She done already told y'all I don't have a CPN. So let me ask you, if somebody wanted to look up and see if somebody had a CPN, they can find that, right?
So, well, I could, because I used to could. I ain't gonna say I can't anymore because I don't do that anymore, but I used to back in the gap could, because the CPNs are tied to your real name. And so what I would do I would look for name and birthday matches, but with different social numbers, and cross-reference that to find out what if somebody has a CPN. I used to do that though. If I could do that now, I'm not going to say it on here because they'll screen record it and send it to the fans. So I'm not gonna, so I can't do it anymore. Right. But it's possible. It's possible to be done. But it's
and I know some of them could do it. They claim I got a PPP loan. Now I know for a fact that is public record at your fingertips. You could look that up right now.
But they said the PPP loan you got in your daughter's name. That was one of the questions I actually was going to get to, because who's the business? The business is your business, or is it listed under your daughter? And was a PPP loan got for the business under your daughter's name? Was any of that?
My business name is Smart Moves Dispatch Services, LLC.
Okay.
There is nobody or never, nobody has ever, Smart Moves Dispatch Services LLC has never been used for a PPP loan.
Okay.
I have $1,000 and $500 to you, to anybody who could come up here and provide that. You can really just type it in right now. We ain't even gotta wait. You know how to spell my name. And I just gave you the business name.
Okay.
Come on, make this $1,000.
So, or were they confused? To your knowledge,
I don't know why they would be confused, because I'm the name of, they saying it's in my daughter's name. Y'all know her name too, because you harass her too. You stalk her too. That's why we're Beyonce. I'm Beyonce and she Blue Eyed. All you got to do, come on, get this $1,000. If it shows her name, then it shows the name of the business that she got it through.
Right.
My business name is Smart Moves Dispatch Services, LLC.
Why do you think it was wrong for you to get a PPP loan when the PPP loans were there for people with businesses suffering from the pandemic at the time?
You know what? I wished I would have done it in hindsight now, but it's somebody who I just do not play with, and that's Uncle Sam. I don't play no games with him. I don't want no beef with Uncle Sam.
Oh,
so I think that he gonna get you. I don't care. Baby, don't play with him. But I think it's hard for them to believe that with my history from my past from 20, 30 years ago, mind you, I'm 49 years old. So 20, 30 years ago, I used to do crazy shit. I write checks, all kind of shit, okay? Caught selling dope, all kind of shit. But I'm 49 years old and never would have made it
Right.
without you. Okay.
Right.
And so God have brought me a long way, and I think it's very hard for them to believe that because they haven't applied themselves to do it. It's a lot of them that be hating on me. One bitch be hating on me. She said, because I love to tell it, honey. I don't hold nothing to my chest. I tell the people about business credit. I had an idiot say, "You think business credit is everything?" I said, "Well, girl, it is."
It's personal credit on crack. I love it. It's personal credit on steroids. It's personal credit on steroids. Business credit is what I talk about credit on TT a lot. We have to do this credit thing. But
so it's just people who haven't applied themselves. I got substantial years ahead of them. They just ain't got where I'm at, and keep living is what I tell them. Just stop hating, but keep living because the hating ain't gonna get you nowhere.
You bonded Charlie out of jail, or you helped bond him out of jail, correct?
$150. I did.
Did you bond your daughter out of jail?
So his was $150 that he was going to get back. There was an opportunity for him to pay me back. My daughter's bond at the time was $20,000 cash bond. And again, these people not knowledgeable about a lot of shit, or when it comes to me, they like to pretend they're not knowledgeable. But it would have been dumb for us to do that because cash bond means they get to keep it.
They get to keep it, right?
I know they richer than me and got way more than me. So my little po ass, I didn't want to get them people 20,000. All my little po ass,
right,
and not get it back. My little po ass wanted to do was instruct my daughter, hey, look, sit for these 30 days, because no matter what, whether you pay that 20,000 that you're never gonna get back, or you sit the 30 days, you're still going to get the same result. You're going to have probation. So my suggestion, boo, because I'm not giving you my 20,000. Okay. I suggest you sit your 30 days. And guess what? She had just won a settlement. So she had 20,000. And I just didn't want to see her wasted like that. And it resulted, she was so happy that she was able to keep her money and get through the situation.
Right. The people that you so let's look at this. You've been engaging with a lot of people, different people on the app. A lot of times we're hearing that the relationships or the friendships or the partnerships or whatever it is, it turned bad. There was even reports that you sent somebody to Lowe's dad's grave. My question. So first of all, is that true? Yes, no. Is it true? That's true. No.
I didn't really send anybody. No Lowe's. No. Low knows there's a lot of people that don't like her, just like it's a lot of people that don't like me. Okay. Right. People were watching Low do a lot of shit to me. So
okay.
She know what's up.
What is the biggest rumor? So my question is, with that, is that not a pattern to you? That you engage with people, you do stuff for them from a financial standpoint, being there for them, trying to help them out, and then all of a sudden, then it is a beef with them. Do you think that is a pattern? And if so, if that's a pattern, what is the constant in that pattern? What is that teaching you? What does that tell you? Does that tell you anything?
So I do think it's a pattern. I think it's a pattern that all of them want something. It's the same with all of them. And what it is they want clout. They want beans. Just like I expressed with KOB. He knew going against me would get him a certain level of hate beans. All of them. It's a thing called Tommy K hate beans. They don't last too long though, but right. They do exist.
They want people. They was thundering out here. So there is a more or less a coalition. When I first came back on the app, there was people actively, we want you to do this, so we want you to get her off that. We want you to do this, we want you to do that, we want you to do that. What is your word? A lot of times, I'm a person that believe I'm gonna take a person at their face value. I don't care what it is. Nobody gonna convince me to do nothing. I'm gonna only take a person at face value. I have no issue with you. You've done me nothing. In fact, you've done something for me that I appreciate. Actually, a couple times now, and so I appreciate that. But also, I will also say I cannot be bought either. If you know, it is what it is. But what is your feeling about that? There's this coalition of people are actively engaging in a campaign to derail you. How does that make? How do you deal with that, knowing that there is a coalition of people list that is, hey, we want the worst to happen to her. How do you deal with that mechanic?
I pray for them. I really do. I pray for them daily. I might talk a little stuff, but I do pray for their mental. I pray for their soul. Some of the stuff I hear them wish on me. I pray for them. God keep blessing me right in their face. So it's almost like insanity. They keep wishing, hoping, and it's just not happening. I'm still in my blessing season. I've been looking at dump trucks. Smart Moves is about to expand. Like, you can't stop me. Just like y'all can't stop Keith. Same thing.
What is the one situation that you've been in since being on this app that truly hurt you the most? Which of all the situations, which is the one that you could say, damn, that one really, you felt that one?
Of all situations on the app.
Is there none that just say like, damn?
I can't say KLB because see, I knew about KLB for a long time. But see, I'm so blessed and sad and really content with myself and with what God told me to do with KLB. I did just what God told me to do with KLB. There was somebody who was telling me KLB was talking about, was coming to them, telling them not to gift me. Throughout them telling me that KLB came to me and told me he was going to commit suicide. I helped him. KLB have came to me and said he behind on his child support, finna go to jail. I helped him. So these are things that was like tests for me. You know, maybe not the wisest, but again, just trying to move like I felt God was telling me to move. I did it. And
so that's the one that you felt the most because of the rapport that you had built with him. That's a good answer. I love that.
I'll give him that. Especially when I seen he was trying to turn.
Stop calling her. We talking. Whoever calling her, stop doing that. Stop calling her. Y'all, thank y'all for the gifts. Y'all, it's a great review. Tell them stop calling.
I'm sorry, I had got a call.
Yeah, I know. I said stop calling her. So,
yeah,
of all the retribution you have exacted on the app, which is one that you wish you could take back? Did you hear the question?
When you say retribution, what do you mean?
All the stuff you did some stuff, Sam. We just thought when I first came in.
I'm mostly a rebuttaler. If they will be honest, a lot of them they just hate so much they just won't be honest. I really don't talk about people who don't talk about me.
Okay.
I don't come after people who don't come after me. I don't.
So you don't have no ones that you really. I could perk the one I did. I pissed on somebody's grandma's picture, dead grandma picture. I did that. They were talking about my son. They talked about my son is autistic, and my justification was that okay, y'all telling me about the dead grandma, but the bitch playing with my living son. I didn't understand that, but at the end of the day, that's the one I regret because I'm from New Orleans, so we celebrate the dead people, and so I did regret that. So you don't have nothing though. You say fuck all that. Everything you did, you'll do it again twice.
Everything because it was all I'm serious, and I ain't never went too far. The person who low sit with the girl who gave me the plot number for her daddy's funeral, her daddy's stuff. So okay. I just think it's selective. You know, they want to act like I done did, but I challenge anybody. Most of the people who mad at me, start asking them, well, what happened with you and her? I guarantee you they can't come up with nothing. Well, what she do to you? They can't come up with nothing. 90% of them mad at me because they favorite broadcaster jealous about some beans.
Okay. What's the biggest rumor about you that is completely false?
That I don't love my daughter.
Okay. But you and your daughter actually have a relationship that's built on it.
Do have a relationship, and I am a great mother. I'm the best mother I can be. I help her. I do the best I can with her. She is an adult. But I think I do more with my children, even my underage kid and my grandson. I do more with them than these people do with their kids. So it's like they be trying to judge me and how, you know. I do manage my house. It's peace in my house. You knock on too much. I'm the only one hollering up in here. That's how it's always been in my house, and that's the type of house I maintain. You don't hear my kids running around crazy. They boys too. You might hear them in their room playing the game, but for the most part, you hear my voice in my house when it's raised. Other than that, it's peace here. And I just think people mad about my gangster. They can't do it.
This is not a question for me. This is a question that people ask because I'm not sure how to ask this. But what is the deal between you and Nani? Noni, Nani, I don't know.
Another hater. She has always been a hater. She just is. She, from day one I came to the app. They found, I told them about Smart Moves, and they were mad about Smart Moves. Again, I called Noni and a couple of more of them the little engines who never could. They never tried. They never could. They never did. So women like Noni be mad at a bitch like me who done tried it all and some of that shit hit, and they can't take it.
Thank you for that answer. You are definitely, you've done your thing on Bigo. What do you see for yourself after Bigo? Or are you going to any other apps? Are you, what is the next? I mean, I know you got your business, but what is outside of Bigo? What's after Bigo for you?
So I've been little trying my hand over there on TT. So I'm gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off. I do feel it's a lane for us older people. Just because you're a little bit up in age, don't let it deter you. Just because you're in the comments, don't let it deter you. I was a comment girl. I was a gifter. But I always knew if I got a chance to and decided to just be myself, that it would hit. I'm just confident like that. It hit for me.
And it is definitely working for you. What do you want your legacy to be here? What do you want people to say when you say, okay, look, I can't be 60, 70 years old. What do you want people to say about?
Just the stuff. Yeah, the stuff that they say, despite the lies and all of that, it's a very good core of people who know I'm a good person, who knows, I'm a hard worker, who knows, that I ain't just sitting around. If I'm quiet, 9 out of 10, I'm doing something. I do work off the app, for myself. And I have been working on growing. I have 2 businesses, and I've been working on growing both of them. So, and not anybody can do it. That don't make me no better than nobody. But the people, it make me better than the ones who sitting back mad because I don't just sit around waiting on a welfare check, or I'm not doing what they doing, which is sitting around waiting on a welfare check. That just ain't never been me. And it never will.
If Pastor P tomorrow comes full-fledged, get all his facilities back, comes on the app and see you, what do you think he'd tell you?
Good job. There was one time he went live and he said, you know what? One of these days, the whole app gonna be talking about Tommy K. And who knew? But I'll be able to tell him you was right. So,
man, I tell you what. So I when you earlier today you text me and you was like, you want me to ask you all kind of stuff. I said, that's not what this is. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna talk. I'm asking questions, but we're gonna talk. And that's what we did. And this was a great conversation. And I had a great time. You answered everything handily. I promise you. You probably made a couple people mad, but hey, I think that's what you do. I am excited to see what is next for you. But so that's the end of what I have. I thank you for that. But what I like to do is I offer this. It's your choice. You can say no if you want. I let a couple people that's in the queue come and maybe say something. Your admin. So would you like to do that as well?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with you. Come on.
So first of all, Simulation, thank
Only
y'all so
thing
much.
I ask is if they're gonna come up here and accuse me of stealing, please come with the proof. I'd like to give you your $1,000, and of course, let Shaky walk away with that 500, baby. I know he's gonna go back.
Y'all got AI. Make some shit up. Y'all got AI. Let's get this.
No, they gotta be concrete. So I make some shit up. Real proof.
Okay. I'm joking. So we're gonna open up the box, y'all. Y'all can talk to the Queen of Bingo, and we're gonna just gonna take a few, not that many. Hold on, okay, there I go. Boom, one at a time, please, y'all. Ace, you first. You not first. The pretty, you first. Okay, if they do it, I got them muted. That's why they can't be first. Hold up. Shit, girl, y'all know somebody give me a course on Beagle. Tomorrow, Simulation, we gonna practice me doing all this shit. What you got, eyes?
I don't want nothing. I don't have anything negative to say, but just to say, Tommy K, I love you. You're amazing. You're beautiful. And that's it. Just keep being who you are. Being a true hustler, a Chicago motherfucker. They hate us anyway. So yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah. Love you, boo.
Like
You too.
What you got, my baby? You don't got.
Oh, I shouldn't be up here.
She in the blind.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, I got it. Hold on, let me see. What you got, Kim? You got a question for Tommy K? I guess you don't. Ooh, what am I doing? Y'all, if y'all in the queue for a question, make sure y'all in the queue. Oh, I know you ain't want to come up. Let me see what that is you got in your house, girl. Kim, you got a question for Tommy K? Nope.
Well, she was skinny when she came back last time.
Okay.
And then for you to talk about some you can help them. I know you ain't feeding them how I would feed her.
What you got a question, Jock?
Yes, I have a couple questions, Tommy. Tommy, why you always be on this app lying into people's face? We all know that you're a scammer. We all know that you sit up there and stole money from Keith's family. We all know that. Cause it gonna be out here. Cause Kevin gonna wake it up.
Well, Jock, if you have
Kevin's gonna wake it up.
if you have proof that
she stole money. She
if you
did
have proof,
what they call a cash out, taking funds to send to Regina, but Regina never got the money.
So if you have any proof of that, if you have any proof of that, we can get
that right, Tommy?
We have.
And tell them how you send your own daughter to the penitentiary. Let's talk about it, Tommy. That's your daughter. I would have, if I had a daughter, yes, I do have a daughter. I got 2 sons. I would never send them to penitentiary. But
if you know that you sit up there and
send your kids to the penitentiary.
Okay, so Jock, listen, she's offered $1,000 for proof, and me $500.
I don't need her money. I don't need her money. She never worked a day in her life.
Bye-bye. Bye, boo.
She never worked a day in her life.
Bye. We want to sit around the money getter. Money men only. Money men only, boo.
Okay.
Bye.
What you got? What you got, A?
Hey Shaky, hey TT, you look beautiful as always. I do have 2 questions for you. What's something about yourself people mostly misunderstand about you?
That mostly misunderstand on Bigo, all the lies they make up.
Yeah, like what is something about you that most people will misunderstand about you? Like if you had to pick
That's how I get inspired and make me want to say, you know what? God gonna bless me with a fleet of dump trucks, and I'm gonna move them bitches right here in Chicago, and I'm gonna hire 3 drivers. I need 3 trucks by this summer, by the end of the summer. 3 dump trucks. That's what's making money. You get what I'm saying? Hanging around those kind of women make me know I could do it. See what I'm saying? So
I used to sit with Eb every single day when I was on Beagle. Actually, Eb gave me my first dragon ever. I never knew what a dragon was, and she sent me a dragon. But she sent me a dragon to dock somebody for. So I'll be honest with you. But being somebody that sat around her every day, I don't think y'all are anything alike. And besides the fact you done sent me more money than President Eb has ever sent me. And I didn't sit around with you at all. So I don't see what the similarities is. But somebody said that. What you got, King B? What you got?
Hey, yeah. You know what, Shaky,
that's
how
a
you
picture
doing?
of my mother.
I have
Isn't she
never.
beautiful?
She's
Isn't
gorgeous.
that a beautiful black woman? That's
I
my
have
mother in
never.
there.
I have
She's
never in my.
beautiful.
I have
That's where
never in
I
my.
get it from.
I have never in my entire life heard her talk about God so much after she just told a woman that she hopes their heart stops. I mean, this is so contradicting. I have
We
a question
already
for you.
know.
2 questions.
God is still working on me, baby.
What did Kerry mean that Pastor P81 was a scam when he came and told the people that? What did he mean by that?
We already covered that back then.
We did.
Kerry came.
No, let's cover it now. I want
Can we mute
to see if
him? Can we mute
I
him?
want to
Because
see
he's
if
too
the answer is still the
insightful.
same.
You have the minute to kick him.
Okay,
You know that, right?
because you too
I'll be back.
excitable.
I'll be back.
I don't have it. I don't want to kick him, and it don't want to let me drop him. But I do want him to just let me answer a question. We already covered that because I'm the type, and y'all know I can't stand no liar. I literally went viral after Kerry said that shit. I went viral. Every app. When I tell you big time, people was recapping and replaying what I said to Kerry. Kerry regretted saying that lie. Kerry was a liar. Okay, I can say it, rest his peace, rest his soul. But Kerry would lie and he would say shit. And as soon as he said that day, we can replay it. I immediately shut up and told him, please have the floor and tell these people. I was even saying stuff to piss him off, hoping he would come on and tell it. But it's nothing to tell. Because again, where the proof at? Just show the people the proof. Kerry hated Bigo enough. He hated me being on Bigo enough where he would have showed that proof. So I think that was something Kerry just said. He did admit that he was lying. So again, just like y'all, show the proof.
Infamous, you have something, my love. Okay, you're not muted, baby. Okay, that's not.
I do got a question for Tommy K. Tommy and Shaky. Tommy, why you get on Bigo and you be portraying that you a single woman, but behind closed doors you be doing the freaky and the nasty off with me and everything else? Shaky, I just want to let you know Tommy is my woman, but I got a serious question. My question is, Tommy, how do you get on Bigo every day with a smile on your face to battle people that using your name to make money off of it? I mean, every day is something about you or your family. How do you do that? How do you keep a straight face doing it?
The more they talk about me, the more money I made. The more people they send literally to my live, like, let me see who they talking about. And imagine coming in my live seeing me. They fall in love with me. I must say, Keys to the Street really probably sent me my first million followers. On my host page, I got almost 3 million. They really, and besides me working my ass off, I was doing all kind of different stuff for Bigo, gaining followers and things like that. But they really helped me, and they still do. It's literally been 4 years. Eb, who was the top broadcaster before I came along, I was making a 400K tier. She was talking about me every day because she knew the potential. She knew what time it was, and it was time for her to sit down, boo. Job well done. Mama's here.
What do you think of the beef that P had with Brandon and Eb? You kept that same energy. So you don't know talking to Brandon, none of that. You still got that same energy for them.
I don't talk to Brandon because I feel, even though, Brandon was the ringleader in a lot of the stuff that was done to me. Again, they didn't wait until Keith left. They were doing shit to me while Keith was here. This, as soon as things started going good and they realized it was going downhill for them. It's not that I kept it up. They thought that they could just kind of fuck with me and poke with me and just because I'm cool with Keith. And I've been returning serves on these hoes. I ignored it for a little bit, but I ain't going no more. One of my proudest moments is getting Ebby Mae's grandmother pain medication stopped. And still to this day, she's still looking for a pain medicine doctor. And I'm still lurking and watching that ass. She will not get pain treatment.
Wow. Okay. We're gonna take a couple more questions. Tommy K she give us a lot of time. She don't have all night. We're gonna take just a couple more questions and then we're gonna end it. That was heavy. That was definitely heavy. What you got? Enough? You got something for Miss Tommy K? I guess I don't know if I put ENF New Orleans. You got something for Tommy K? I guess not. I'm sorry. A couple more questions. Mr. Unfiltered, you're not muted. Do you have something for Tommy K? No,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. You was a little slow on the draw, baby. You was a little slow on the draw. My bad. What you got, Lalo? You got a question for Miss Tommy K?
Tommy K glowing like she pregnant.
I'm not. Lord, them too fat.
She's definitely glowing. She's definitely glowing. Okay, well, that cleared the queue. Tommy K, it has been a pleasure. I swear to God, this has been a good interview. I'm so glad that you elected to do it and come on our panel. I'm sorry, I'm muted you, trying to not to mute you, trying to close the boxes. But I definitely, no. The question was over side. You gotta catch up on her line. But so thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming through, talking to me and my people, and letting them get a chance to know you. And I'm glad to get a chance to know you myself a little better because a lot of stuff I was going for. And hearing it in your words. Is there anything else that you would love to tell the people before we go ahead and end this?
Just to the haters, please keep hating. It's helping your girl out and keep talking. But I appreciate you, Shaky, so much. And to all the Tomcats and friends, I love y'all. And we're going to keep rocking, honey. They can't stop us. So, love you, Shaky. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate it.
I love.
Hello?
Oh my God, he had 20 bucks.